So from a very young age, I started reading. And that's shaped my belief that, in the present time, my belief that it's imperative for anyone aspiring to be a writer to be an even better reader. Because it's reading that's what broadens your horizons. That's what helps you gain perspectives that otherwise might make your writing very insular. It might make it very inward looking. And that's not to say the writing might not be a powerful piece in itself, but it definitely, if you wanted to connect with more people, it's important to do your reading first, because that's how you learn what other people are talking about. And of course, not to mention, it's a pleasurable act. I was always known at my native place as the kid who would read while eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So quite gained notoriety over there. In school, of course, there was a phase where I wasn't very good at academics, and that's a fact. And fortunately, I'm privileged to have to say that it didn't really make a huge impact on my life, because I ended up where I want to be, and that's where I am now. So in school, the problem was that a lot of the teachers, the school teachers and the administration, and growing up, even members of my own family at times, couldn't quite understand that there could be a world beyond that of academia. There could be a world where succeeding in everything wasn't that important, whether it be sports, whether it be examinations, even theater for that matter, right? So there was that competitive urge that there's so much pressure on you. And I experienced that pressure a lot growing up. But writing was always where I could find comfort, where I took solace. And so the reading and the writing was basically what encouraged me to pursue it even more. I did a course on creative writing, and that is what actually unlocked, the world of writing for me, because it's there that I learned that poetry is not just about, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. All due respect to Mr. William Wordsworth, but then there's the haiku, and there are so many other formats, and I was exposed to those for the first time. I was exposed to the music of Don McLean, the man who wrote Vincent. Such a beautiful song, right? Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. And it's not about a writer, it's about a painter. But that's what creative expression is. The medium is secondary. The fact that you are expressing yourself creatively is what takes primacy, according to me. And that's what helped me express myself creatively as I grew up. From school to college, I transitioned to theater. So I did 8 years of theater, performed quite a lot, wrote, directed my own plays. I was privileged to have the opportunity to start writing and performing. And that's what led me to spoken word. I had a poem, which is called Story of My Life. And I'd like to segue into that, because that, I think, will encapsulate my journey in the way I do it best. All right, here it is. If you listen to me now, I'll tell you my story. I'll keep it simple so it's not too boring. Memory storing and journeys exploring. I started off walking, and then I started soaring. But that's how it always happens. When you start out, you're small. You got to keep growing up before you stand tall. You're going to get hurt and you're going to have to fall. And believe me, you will lose it before you can have it all. Believe me when I say, it still happens to me every day. I have my good days, but then some are really bad. I may not scream or shout, but I'm going crazy, mad. But like a storm chaser in a hurricane that's blowing, the reason I'm here is I've always kept going. When I was back in school, they used to call me nerd. They said I was uncool and I couldn't say a word. I wish that I could fly in the sky. I wished I was a bird. 10 years of my life, I always went unheard. But it wasn't just the kids. Some teachers did it too. They called me useless and they made me feel it's true. Oh, this didn't have stopped. No, in fact, it only grew. In the Technicolor world, all I ever saw was blue. Except for those days when they got inside my head. The voices that I heard then, they said I should be dead. There was only a single path to which these voices would have led. In the world of only blue, there might have been some red. But that was long ago. Let's come back to now. I'm not the way I was before. Let me tell you how. Are you ready? All right. I've traveled far and long and I've seen so many sights. I've been through many spills and thrills and just as many frights. I've written all through the day and even through the night. I do this because I love the page, I love the stage, and being here feels right. That's right. I'm a poet and I know it and I won't apologize. Will never give a damn about the hows and what's and whys. They cannot hold me guilty for my special ability. Instead, I'll judge them. It's my responsibility to paint their ugly pictures with my powerful rhymes. I'll write about their ignorance, exposing their crimes. And when they knock me down, I'll get back up and fight. It's what I do, people. I am bully proof. I write.